The national aviation policy really seeks to grow our airport to meet the demands of the growth in the industry as we seek to grow from the current number of clients coming into our country, be it tourism, be it business, from the current so many to 7 million capacity to the numbers that you have talked about as we look into 2030 and beyond. And you do know that our airport was built to take a maximum capacity that is outstripped today. And so I think the question now that you're really talking about is how do we seek to build and improve the resources and the capacity of our airport to be able to accommodate those numbers that we seek to accommodate as we grow our tourism numbers into the numbers that Rebecca Miano talked about. And you know the building of a new airport is alive, and we really need to up our game. We are working after the failure of the PIP framework to upgrade our airport and to build a new airport. We sit on an airport that got burnt in 2014, and part of our airport is really roofed on tents that you have witnessed occasional leaking when there are heavy rains and storms. And apart from the airport being stripped in capacity of number of passengers and looking at the horizon on the numbers we need to be servicing in a short while, the building of a new airport is active, an active agenda at Cabinet. We are looking at policies on investments which can support themselves as a business, really being able to do more of PPP as opposed to building on a social capital on our balance sheet. The fiscal headroom that we have today to be able to support things that we need to support more in social, like education, like the health sector, and more of the areas where government needs to really pay more attention, cannot really compete with investments which can draw their own revenue, run their own balance sheet, and be able to service the kind of debt. So we are looking at airport today as a snippet of what did not quite work on airport going out on its balance sheet and taking a facility to develop a new airport, the way Kenyan borrows on its balance sheet. So we'll be looking at KAA on its balance sheet, working with various DFIs, be it EXIM or export credit, whether the export credit will come with conditions of concessioning. Airport should be able to leverage on its balance sheet to develop a new airport so that the airport is not competing with the social infrastructure investment that we need to do in education, in health, and in the various social areas like food security and supporting the various challenges that we face from time to time and which we sometimes support which we need to support as government. So going forward, we are looking at a framework that Jkia can leverage on its balance sheet, invite cost-effective or the cost of money that is fairly competitive, that can return on investment in terms of the cost of capital, and develop for us a new airport. So in a short while, we'll be coming back through Cabinet to seek a framework, approve a framework that will allow Jkia to leverage on its balance sheet, work with various DFIs, and develop for us a new airport in the time frame that is conscious of what is happening in the region in terms of competitive advantage for Kenya comparing with other regions who have gone ahead of us and developed modern airports. We need to attract the numbers. We don't want visitors coming to Kenya to come through our neighboring as hubs. We really want to take that advantage and continue to have Nairobi as a hub. And so in terms of national aviation policy, we are conscious. We are working around the clock. We do know that the PIP could have faced a challenge, and even when we leverage on the balance sheet of Jkia to look at various DFIs with the cost of capital, return on capital, or return on equity, and so on and so forth, we will be looking at a competitive process, even as we get those DFIs to come in. I think, conscious of time, we'll be doing that very quickly, so that the kind of numbers we are receiving in our airport today do have that kind of space to handle the kind of numbers that we seek to be handling in a short while and going forward.
Thank you.
Asanteni. Thank you so much.